Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this webinar on Unpacking Printing SA's benefits and services to the industry, which is proudly sponsored by Agility Health. I'm Megan McCarthy, editor of Sign Africa. I'd like to introduce our panelists. First up is Abisha Katarere, Printing SA Marketing Manager and BBBEE Specialist. Ken Lead, Printing SA Director of National Training and Development. Daniel Arendorf, the Cape Chamber Manager. Jermaine Naika, Printing SA KZN Manager, as well as Zayed Begas, Printing SA Director of Member Development and Operations, who will join us shortly. Just some housekeeping rules. If you have a question for the panelists, please post these in the question section. We will have a dedicated question and answer session after the panelists' presentations, and the chat section is just there for general banter. Please remember to take our polls in the poll section. So first I'm going to go to Abisha. Please could you give us an overview of what Printing SA does?
Thank you, Megan, and good morning to everybody. And thank you for joining us. I think, first of all, I'd like to acknowledge our sponsor, which is Agility and Health Squared, that have come on board with Printing SA for the next 12 months, that have made this possible. But just in terms of a quick overview, Printing SA is about a 110-year-old organization. And we are the only industry federation for the printing, packaging, and visual communication sector. So we pretty much cover all aspects of print and packaging and media. Our members obviously give us our mandate in terms of how we approach what we call conferring, consulting, campaigning, and training. So just to break that down, when we confer, we get our members together in various business forums so that we can share insights into what's happening in the industry, as well as share technical insights. We invite guest speakers, whether it's regionally or nationally. This happens in all of our regions. At least 6 times a year. Unfortunately, with COVID, that hasn't been possible this year, so we've had to create these platforms. Our consulting ranges from HR to IR to triple BE, as you've mentioned, and a whole array of other consulting services that we offer, which we also have affiliations with other third parties. Our training, I think, Ken will speak for that. We're the only industry accredited body that offers training for our specific sector. So you will get more insights on that through Ken. And as well as, we're affiliated to a number of bodies. So, our CEO and other members of the organization sit on various boards ranging from the FPNM-CETA to the South African Trade Union, to South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, of which our regional chambers are also members of their Chambers of Commerce and Industry, amongst a whole array of others. We are also affiliated to FESPA, which is an organization that has about 36 associations like ours around the world. So we've got a platform where we share insights in, how industries are operating within, the industry. So from Brazil to Mexico to Australia to London, it's definitely a good resource that we utilize. And I must emphasize at the moment that we've set up a great platform on our website, which is member exclusive. So we've got a member platform where you can go on and you can specifically get information that is not, general public information, but it's information that you'll be able to utilize in terms of planning your business strategy going forward, because there are research papers on there. There is marketing material on there. There's also a tender board on there as well, where, we post tenders for the industry. And, which means that you actually don't need to go out to market anymore and subscribe to any platforms. You can get it directly from Printing SA as a member. So yeah, I think in a nutshell, that's as far as I can cover in the time that we've got. I could talk forever, but yeah, Megan, that's pretty much how we do at Printing SA.
Okay, so I mean, you've touched on quite a few benefits already. Any others that you'd like to quickly mention?
Look, I think, you know, a big part of Printing SA is our advocacy, and our advocacy in terms of how we engage and interact with government. So at the moment, we are currently dealing with the Air Quality Control Act. We actually had a meeting yesterday with the Department of Environmental and Forestry and Fishery Affairs. It was renamed. It used to be DEA. And we are busy now compiling feedback to the draft regulation that was gazetted, which will impact the industry, quite severely in some instances. So, perhaps I would say, if members or potential members were looking at Printing SA as a body that offers guidance and lobbies on the industry's behalf in terms of lobbying for reduced tariffs and etc. Then we're the port of call. I'll emphasize again, I think our training is second to none. We've offered, various training products and services. And I suppose, one would, again, simply just need to go onto our website to see what our offering is. And, the team is here. We've put this on today because we wanted to get the industry to understand who we are. And, the people that are part of the panel today are actually the points of call. So, yeah, hopefully their phones are on 24/7 like mine.
Great. Thank you so much, Alicia. Okay, I'm going to go to Ken now. So Ken, what types of training does Printing SA offer? How in depth are these sessions, and are these qualifications officially recognized by an industry body?
All right, thanks, Megan, and welcome to everyone who's joined us. I see we have 52 people online now, which is quite nice to see. The training we offer can be broken down into three main categories. One would be what I call our introductory training. The second category would be technical courses that we offer and administrative courses that we offer. The introductory courses include programs like our foundational learning program, which we are currently running. We have 90 learners around the country from our regional chambers, thanks to the funding that we received from the FPNM-CETA. So this is a program that aims to care and grow people into careers in the printing and packaging industry, or at least prepare them adequately for the world of work. Those classes, due to COVID, had been delayed this year, but we are now running them via Google Classroom. So yes, we are available 24/7 at the moment. Part of those programs, the component courses are also available standalone, like your introduction to the printing and packaging industry program, which is a 5-day face-to-face course, which we will be running via Google Classrooms in a 10-day. Turn this thing off. Sorry. We have a range of occupational health and safety programs as well as work-life orientation programs, which are part of that foundational learning program as well. And then the Old Faithful, which is known as the ID2 program, which is run by the chambers for apprentices mainly. It's a 2-day introduction to the printing, or 2.5-day introduction to the printing and packaging industry. Our technical courses include our technical theoretical modules for apprentices indentured in the industry, whether they're indentured in pre-press or printing, packaging, or print finishing trades. We have brand new, updated, technologically updated notes for our theory modules now. We have the old Training the Trainer program, which is called the Instructing the Modular Way program. We have the team operator and folding skills programs, and we have a suite of 7 knowledge modules which make up what we call the commercial digital printer program. So that's the technical side of things. On the administrative side, we have our brand new team leader program, which is made up of 5 knowledge modules. This will be tailored around the new qualification, so there will be skills components coming into that. Knowledge modules. Seems that we're having some technical problems here.
Okay, Ken, we'll just give him 2 minutes. I'll just move over to Daniel quickly, if Ken is just having a few issues. Okay, so Daniel, does Printing SA offer networking opportunities to members, and what are these?
Thank you, Megan, and good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So to answer your question, Megan, Printing SA does offer a vast range of networking opportunities to its members, and this ranges from the annual industry conference to various business networking sessions, which are held at least quarterly, and these are set up by our various chambers. And this creates platforms for members to discuss updates within the industry, as well as to give them insight into the changes and challenges which is being faced by the industry. Other networking opportunities also include industry functions such as our annual regional and national dinners. And in addition to these, we also have regional industry golf days, as well as numerous exhibitions and conferences, which is held by Printing SA.
Okay, great. And then Printing SA has dedicated regional chambers. What are the benefits of this to members?
Wow, Megan, I think Abisha as well as Ken has already started touching on the benefits that the chambers can offer to its members. But just to elaborate a little bit, the work of Printing SA is carried out by the National Directorate as well as branches, which we call our chambers technically. And the membership of Printing SA is through these local branches, which are situated in our major cities across South Africa. Those include the Western Cape, we have the Gauteng region, we have the Pretoria for the northern regions, as well as KwaZulu-Natal. And non-member companies are able to join Printing SA through the chambers nearest to their location. It is through these chambers and at chamber level that the operational assistance is given to our members. This includes any regional and provincial issues that our members might be experiencing. I must point out that it is also in this way, Megan, that it is committed assistance which is offered to our members. And of course, this assistance is tailored and personalized to each member's needs. Another of the main benefits that the chambers offer to our members is something that Abisha has already touched on, and that is that each chamber is also members or has affiliations with various organizations which enable the chambers to provide real-time updates to the members when it is needed. And these various organizations include the FPNM CETA as well as the Regional Chamber of Commerce. And then finally, something which you already also touched on, which is a big and major benefit to our members, and Ken has also touched on it as well, is that each chamber has a dedicated training center where members are able to upskill their employees within their own regions and an environment which is familiar to their employees. In this way, it enables students to excel at the training and also saves our members from exorbitant travel expenses so that they don't incur those as well.
Great, fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, great. Ken, now that you're back, we'll cross over to you again. And you were just telling us about the various the trainings that you offer. If you can just pick up where you left off.
Oh my word! Oh yeah, am I still there? Yeah. I was talking about the team. I was talking about the team leader program, which is brand new, that has been offered via, as Daniel says, via our regional chambers. We also have business management and management development programs that we run.
Okay, sorry about that. Ken has seemed to have lost connection. I'll go over to Jermaine and start with you.
Thank you, Megan, and welcome to everybody.
Great. So, Jermaine, how can Printing SA assist members to get funding from banks and relevant bodies and help with other financial aspects?
Sure. Printing SA has a number of members that supply the industry with access to finance. And one such member is Sasfin Bank, and we have a long-standing relationship with Sasfin Bank, which has spanned over the years, and they've assisted our members with various funding opportunities and options through DTI grants, incentives, foreign exchange, and financial planning. Also, our relevant chambers also get involved with their local departments of trade and industry, as well as child organizations of the DTI. And I'll give you some examples. In KZN, for example, the chamber keeps a close association with the TIKZN, which is a child organization of DTI. And we provide, and this organization, our partnership with them, is able to provide opportunities for the industry for things such as capital funding, business coaching, business growth opportunities, as well as additional tender information. We as Printing SA also continue to recruit associate members from all aspects of the spectrum, which we believe could add value to the greater membership through offering non-print or packaging related services. Another case in point is our recent partnership with Agility and Health Squared, like Abisha had mentioned, where members can enjoy tailor-made packages specifically for the industry. And we know that this partnership had come out from Spectrum Med going into Health Square Agility, and Health Squared then sort of consolidating their operations and merging and coming up with this new medical scheme. So they have a rich history of experience in the print industry, and obviously then they can then pass on and have good understanding of how to give services to the industry. We continue to lobby with DTI, with CIFA, with CEDA, and other state organs that offer various funding models in order to break the barriers to access of these resources for our industry.
Great, thank you. So before I go on to Jermaine's next question, I'd just like to remind our audience, you are definitely welcome to ask questions in our questions section for any of our speakers if you want to know anything more, and please do take our polls. So just getting back to Jermaine, in terms of tenders and other work opportunities, do Printing SA members get notified of these, as well as other opportunities to quote on work they would otherwise not have been privy to?
Absolutely. Printing SA is subscribed to various tender portals on behalf of its members. And this is something that we've recently worked tirelessly on, and Abisha had been very actively involved in championing this. And through this tender portals, we actively seek opportunities for members to find work that they would fit into and can effectively execute. Some members have even expanded their operations and widened their product lines through this medium. This in turn creates a lucrative member benefit, both in saving costs to subscribe to tender portals and also gaining access to tenders that catapults their businesses. In addition, Printing SA, being the industry federation, like we all know, receives numerous queries from potential customers, both locally and internationally. And this is in regards to work that they require to be done for them. Ordinarily, the odds are rather slim that these potential customers would have handpicked a particular printing or packaging firm, especially if a customer is a first-time buyer. Therefore, Printing SA then takes the lead, engages with potential customers, passes this lead on to the regional chambers, who then disseminates it to their members, who they are well aware and have a good relationship with. In this way, all members then gain an equal opportunity to put forward their pitch to potential customers. Printing SA has received numerous distinguished comments from members for creating these opportunities for them. And I'm being at a regional and a chamber level, I would know of this. They would have otherwise lost out on. This we can see is a tangible example of Printing SA bridging the gap between the customer and our members. However, it doesn't stop there. There's a whole lot more to tap into in Printing SA. Being more than 109 years old, like Abisha says, we bring along a lot of depth and a serious load of knowledge reserves of the industry. Printing SA also continuously strives to hear our members, their concerns, address those concerns with apt solutions, and also remain innovative to provide creative solutions for all of our members.
Great, thank you so much. I'm going to go to Elwie next. So, Alwi, can you give a short overview of some of the main things Printing SA has done for the industry during COVID-19, which has obviously been a huge concern for the industry as a whole? Oh, sorry, Alwi, you're just on mute. Sorry, you were just on mute. Can you start again?
No sorry. Good morning, everyone. I'm talking to myself. Yes, I see there's also a lot of people joining from other countries. So in South Africa, we try to keep the industry and members updated on the Disaster Management Act. In South Africa, there was different lockdown levels. As new regulations came out, we have given the information through to our members. We've assisted and helped them to apply for essential services certificates that they could operate during the lockdown times. In South Africa, specific TERS legislation, which is a temporary employer and employee relief scheme, was started where employers who couldn't open their doors could apply for funding from government. There was a lot of changes with this specific legislation. And in a way to overcome this, Printing SA has designed a step-by-step guide for members, which would have helped them to apply for TERS for their business during this period. Printing SA has also submitted a proposal to Minister Patel to address that printing needs to be an essential service to operate during the lockdown period. When we moved from lockdown level 5 to 4, the COVID-19 and our occupational health and safety regulations came out. Printing SA has drafted a risk assessment strategy for the industry, which allowed members to be able to do a risk assessment strategy, which was a requirement from government for their own business. Members were continuously assisted in how to deal with staff members during this time, how to implement TERS and occupational health and safety. We have assisted members in how to deal with positive cases of COVID-19 in the workplace. And we have really spent a lot of time during COVID to communicate with our members so that they are aware what is going on and what are the best decisions to take for their business.
Great, thank you so much. So the next issue on the table is waste management. Can you please elaborate on how this affects the industry and what Printing SA is doing in this regard?
Thank you, Megan. So there is a draft regulation regarding the extended producer responsibility of waste management. This includes businesses that commercially manufacture, convert, refurbish, import new and used projects. So waste becomes pollution, and it is the responsibility of printers as part of the value chain to take responsibility of what is discarded, produced and printed on. There are many substrates like paper, vinyl, plastic, whatever can be used. And this is in order to minimize the effects that waste has on the environment. So that we as printers take responsibility and ownership of this and do the right things for the environment. Like my colleague Abisha has already mentioned, Printing SA is involved in collaboration with Packaging SA and have dealings with the Minister of Environmental, Forestry and Fisheries. At the moment, we are busy to apply for an extension on the submission date in order for us as Printing SA to consult with our members and the industry so that we can really make change where it is on a legislative level. And we are asking all our members to please engage with us in this, because their voice is so important for us to make the right decisions and carrying their wishes forward on a governmental level. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much, Valerie. So now I'm going to go to Zayed. Morning, Zayed.
Hi, good morning, Megan. Thank you very much. And thank you to all of the participants for making time to join the Printing SA team this morning.
Great. So, Zayed, please could you touch on the research and advocacy that Printing SA is involved in and the benefits thereof?
Yes, sure. In terms of our research studies and papers that we've looked at, Megan, we've commissioned our own research in about 2018, 2019 with the financial assistance of the FPNM CETA. And this research was conducted by BMI Research. The study was aimed at providing a view on the state of the industry and input into the industry growth strategy. We provided insights into the use of various printing processes, manufactured products, player views and opinions, as well as understanding and anticipating changes in customer behavior in terms of those who buy print. And our collaboration partner, SATU, with the help of the Institute for Futures Research from Stellenbosch University, also conducted research in 2019, which aimed to explore the plausible futures of the printing industry in South Africa. The study had two objectives. One was to explore and understand the current and future challenges and opportunities facing the printing industry in South Africa, and the other was to imagine plausible futures of the South African printing industry toward 2030, with a particular focus on the roles of people. As an industry body, we are constantly looking at local and global research studies that will enhance and grow the industry by empowering our members in terms of future trends and opportunities. We also, as Abisha has mentioned, the official FESPA representative in Africa, and share our local experiences with international industry bodies, but also have access to their research studies, papers, and articles. And also, as Abisha and both Jermaine have mentioned, all our research reports and pertinent industry information can be found under the members portal of our website. Our advocacy involves lobbying government directly, as well as through bodies such as the South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Business for South Africa, and the Copyright Act Coalition, amongst others, to voice our industry views on various topics such as the Copyright Act, the Waste Management Act, Air Quality Act, and so forth. Through our marketing department and our commercial and technical department, we not only advocate for the industry at a local level, but also at international fora. I must also mention, though, that the industry at large benefits from our interaction with government and not only Printing SA members.
Great. Then in terms of the members' forums, what do they entail and why are they important?
Well, the members' forums are really about bringing the research studies and other industry information down to a local level, where each of our chambers, and we have 4 chambers across the country, each of our chambers will hold member forums, and this is where we will unpack our research studies and sort of show our members what the benefits of the research was, is also so that they can get a better understanding in order to make better business decisions. So essentially, we disseminate important industry information on behalf of our members at our member forums, and we also share at our member forums other industry topics with our members in a more in-depth and personal manner. So aside from unpacking the research studies and the learning that can be gained from these, other operational related topics such as, for example, how to take care of printing rollers, or a topic on design and layout, for example, are presented at member forums by industry professionals. And again, this is meant to benefit our members by providing them with not only a networking opportunity, but also to provide them with the tools to make informed business decisions.
Great, thank you so much. We're going to go to Ken now. Ken, hope we saved the best for last. So just about just touching on the training, and just before Ken speaks, just want to reiterate that the audience is welcome to ask questions. You can pick all the Printing SA members' brains about COVID-19 and any initiatives that you're interested in, or any personal company questions that you have. So Ken, we'll just go back to you if you can just go on about the training.
Thanks, Megan. I just finishing off on your first question. I think your part of the question was, are we a recognized industry body? And the quick answer is yes. We are an accredited training provider with the FPNM CETA, and as such, all our courses are recognized by them. If you look, for example, at our technical theoretical modules, they are part of the trade qualification, so they would as pivotal training by the FPNM CETA. But things like our guillotine operator skills program and folding machine operator skills program are tailored around new qualifications that are being launched in the industry, but they are recognized currently as skills programs by the CETA. All the other courses that we offer are recognized as what they would call non-pivotal courses. In other words, they don't lead to a national qualification. But that is something that we are currently developing. So I think that answers your first question, Megan.
Okay, and just in terms of how in-depth they are, so some people were asking, is it for total beginners up until, does it cover the full spectrum from beginners to more advanced?
Yeah, as I was saying, we foundational learning program, introductory course, which prepares young people for the world of work. And then our series of programs will take them right up through from operator level to artisan level. Now, on artisan level, you're looking at a 3-year course of study. So it's very in-depth if you put it that way. So we'll cater for the entire technical theoretical component of it's for 3 years. Thereafter, you have the team leader program, or during that time, you have a team leader program, and then go carrying on in your career into your management development and your business management development program. So we're trying to develop these range of career paths for people in pre-press, printing, print finishing, and packaging, signage.
Great. Okay, and then Ken, what new training courses is Printing SA currently developing for the industry?
We've been on a busy with a project.
Like we've lost.
I'm still here.
Okay, yes, I can hear you, Ken.
All right, fine. Okay, so we've been busy with partnering with the FP&M CETA, with the Quality Council for Trades and Occupations and the National Artisan Moderation Body, and developing 12 new occupational trade qualifications for the industry. So this leads to formal qualifications. Not that our existing trades don't, but they're not registered on the NQF. So these will be registered NQF on the National Qualifications Framework. Those 12, what's exciting about those 12 new trade qualifications is that they encompass or embody 26 other qualifications, which allow for the career pathing that I was talking about earlier. But we have been listening to members, and members are saying that we really need to focus on a range of short learning programs. So we are actively designing and developing I'm going to list them now for you, that are set to be launched next year, although one of them has already, or 2 of them have already been launched, which is the Team Leader program, the 5 theory modules that I made mention of earlier. We also did our color management pilot project with FESPA earlier this year, which by all accounts was a resounding success, which we had 23 participants from the UK on that program, which was fantastic. But we also, in collaboration, I see my good friend Mohammed Yogi is in the audience. We are looking at partnering with them to do a series of the graphic design courses that they run, also via an e-learning platform. But then the short programs that we're talking about, which incorporates programs like the digital cutting and creasing machine operator, which we will be finishing off toward the end of next month. The die cutting and creasing machine operator, part of the carton making program, as well as folding and gluing machine operator and sheet fed lithographer's assistant, flexo plate maker, flexo plate mounter, litho plate maker. And then there's 2 bookbinding, additional programs for bookbinding, which is a saddle stitching machine operator and your adhesive binding machine operator. And then the last of the occupational orientated short learning programs is a reel stand operator for your web offset presses. One that I'm really excited about is introducing a new occupational qualification for the printing and packaging factory worker, which would fit nicely onto the end of our foundational learning program, giving new entrants to the industry not just a career opportunity, but actually a job in which they're qualified to operate. So yeah, it's exciting times, and all those programs will be available to members or to the industry in 2021.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Ken. Doesn't look like, it looks like the two questions that came in were answered. I'd just like to remind the audience if you can please take our polls. Maybe Abisha, if you'd like to just just have a few closing words, and just anyone, or else if anyone else wants to contribute anything, any last parting words?
Yeah, thank you, Megan. I think, from my side, there's a couple of things. First of all, obviously COVID has put us in a situation where, we can't obviously have face-to-face interaction as much as we would like. So we are creating these platforms where we can, impart knowledge to our membership base as well as non-members. I think largely, we are looking to always recruit new members because the bigger the organization, the bigger the voice and the power that we have when it comes to, lobbying for the industry. And like Ken rightly put, and Jermaine as well, is, our advocacy doesn't only benefit our members, it also benefits non-members. But those that are non-members can realize even more benefits, by being members. So I would just like to mention that we will be hosting another webinar shortly. In fact, we've got another 3 lined up. The imminent one being on the new Air Quality Control Act. So the regulation is still in draft and we need to comment. So I implore all of the members that we will communicate with soon after this, that please participate in that session, because we will have a representative from the Department of Environmental Affairs and Forestry to answer questions relating to that legislation. And it's really important, because once it's promulgated, it becomes law, which means there will be penalties and there will be a level of inspection that will take place. So, we really rely on our members to be part of that and give input into, that conversation, so that we can ultimately then submit a final comment to Minister Barbara Creasy on how the industry feels about that regulation. Then secondly, I think I would be remiss to not mention the fact that, Health Squared, who's gladly, come on board as an associate member and allow us to facilitate this platform, also has a custom print option. So once again, I will implore those members that are online right now and non-members, contact your regional offices. They will be able to give you more information on how Agility and Health Squared can assist you with, whether it's group schemes or just personally, they'll be able to assist you in that regard. Then 3 exciting things. You know me, Megan, I'm always about, trying to create the hype. So one of those being the fact that we've been approached by the German Trade and Industry, which is a similar body to the Department of Trade and Industry in South Africa, where they are looking to consult with us to link them up, to link investors from Germany with our local printers and see how we can collaborate. So we will be creating another platform shortly where, we can, bring the 2 sides together, being our members and the potential investors from Germany. I mean, we share research papers, as Ken mentioned before, with the South African Chamber of Commerce, the German Chamber of Commerce. So I think that's really exciting for our industry. In fact, in terms of export markets as well as investment, I think it would do us great justice. Then secondly, our affiliate, which is FESPA, has their global show I think it's in March next year, if I'm not mistaken, in Amsterdam. So we are now busy trying to compile a proposal to the DTI where we will try and seek funding for an outbound trade mission. And essentially what that means is that we will be able to take at least 20 printers to the FESPA Expo in Amsterdam, so that obviously our local printers can also get insights and see what's going on in the rest of the world, and hopefully, generate partners, for life. So that would be something that, my colleague and I, Kanye, are working on there. And last but not least, we've also been approached by the FPNM CETA, and they have now nominated our industry as one of the industry sectors that they will fund for the World Skills Expo. So for all of our young printers out there, potentially what this is an opportunity for you to go on a global scale and showcase your skills. It's completely CETA funded. I think the last year in 2019, it was in Russia, and with in conjunction with the Department of Higher Education, they took about 200 people from various sectors in South Africa to compete against the rest of the world in showcasing their skills. So for the first time now, our sector has been considered for that. And I think, Megan, those are but a few of the major sort of milestones we are trying to reach as Printing SA. And, we are also welcome to suggestions from our membership if they feel that, we could do more in various aspects. Please just, pick up the phone, drop us an email. Like I mentioned, we've created a members portal now, which is highly interactive. So, members can drop us a line there. They can pull up resources. I can tell you, yesterday afternoon, one of our members secured a tender in Namibia for about 250,000 Rand off one of the links that we had put up on our portal. So there is value in the system. And yeah, I just hope that, everybody can embrace it and, help us to grow and help to sustain the industry. Thank you.
Definitely. So Abisha, I don't know if you'll be the right person to answer this, but we are getting a handful of people in the audience from around Africa, and there was a question brought up, is there any possibility for any collaboration with printers outside of South Africa and in Uganda, and collaborations on skills? So in terms of Printing SA's reach into Africa, can you maybe just touch on that and the opportunities there for people from other African countries?
Yeah, certainly. So, look, we do have members from the region. So I think we might have a member in Zambia as well as in Namibia. We've had inquiries recently from as far as Tunisia and Mauritius. So we do definitely facilitate we offer the same services to those members within those countries. Obviously to an extent, because we don't have the offices in those regions. But yes, when it comes to collaboration, we recently were approached by SIPON. So SIPON is the Chartered Institute of Professional Printers in Nigeria. And it's a recently formed organization because the government in Nigeria legislated that their industry needed a body like ours. So they was scheduled to come through, as you know, in September. We normally host Africa Print, Sign Africa, and FESPA Africa. But, obviously we can't do that now. But they were due to come down and engage with us because they are looking to replicate our business model in Nigeria. And, I'm sure everybody on the platform will get to the fact that Nigeria is triple the size of us in terms of the number of people. So that economy is got huge potential. But yeah, I guess to answer your question, definitely. And we look to engage with our colleagues from the regions in Africa as well as outside of Africa. So yeah, we're open to that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And anything else you'd like to just close off with?
Look, I think I've pretty much said a mouthful. So I'll just end by saying that, if you're on the platform and you're not a Printing SA member already, and you would like to have a more in-depth conversation with us, please feel free. I think you've been introduced to all of the regional chamber managers. They are available to take your questions before you make the commitment. It's not a huge commitment, and jump on board so that we can try to make this industry grow. I know that there's talk about the fact that print is dying, and unfortunately, it's unfounded. I see Mr. Dion Joubert, one of our former board presidents, is on the platform as well, who's also the regional head of Two Sides. And if you would like to do yourself a favor, visit the Two Sides website. It speaks a lot about advocacy around greenwashing. And the only way we can make the industry grow is by collaborating. And Printing SA provides that platform. So please feel free to join us. And I think, yeah, that's my piece, Megs.
Okay, great. Well, it seems like all the questions have been answered. So I just want to really thank you so much to the panelists. Thank you so much to Agility Health for sponsoring this webinar. And thank you so much to our audience for joining us. We will be hosting other Printing SA webinars. And yeah, you can catch all our webinars on www.signafrica.com/live. So thank you very much for joining us, and goodbye to everyone.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you so much. Bye.